All right. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or whatever you should be watching this video. This video is actually a little bit different for me, but I was sitting there thinking about DJ Twitch and kind of like some of the things that have been going on lately as far as people committing suicide, a lot of men of color committing suicide and different things like that. And just men in general. A lot of men, mostly around the age of 40, are committing suicide nowadays. And I think that I hate the world we live in at times because it's like it's funny, if you grew up in the 80s, if you were 80s baby or 70s, there's a lot of things we say that are toxic masculinity are regurgitated to us all throughout our lives. And when they're regurgitated to us all throughout our lives, they make us set false expectations on what our life should be. And when we set those false expectations for ourselves, that's what leads us down a path of what I feel like what leads us to self-harm and different things like that. A lot of times I think that if you look at just our world and, how things are moving, like it seems like, there's a lot of men versus women type topics and different things like that. And I think that sometimes we're not honest with the fact that things are different, based on your gender and some of the expectations that the world places on you, and some of the things how we're typecast into different roles. I'm a father. I have children. I've been married before, and for me, I've been to the point where I wanted to commit suicide, and it wasn't because I had a crappy life. It was actually just not being able to openly and honestly talk about the fact of, and be able to go to the people who are supposed to be supportive of me and say, do you know what it's taking for me to do what I am doing? Do you really understand that? And not being able to have that conversation because they don't understand it. They don't get it. When you're able to go talk to other men, and when I say men, I don't mean your homeboys. I mean like actual men. If you get it, you get it. For those who know, you know what I mean? When you can go talk to another man and say, hey, I'm having success, I'm crushing it, but the idea of failure is diminishing me understanding the success that I'm having. Like, that's crazy that, we really get into that type of thought process. We get into that thought process where we're like, man, I'm crushing it. I'm making more money than I ever made. I'm able to take care of my children. I'm able to go take them places, do things with them. I'm able to invest in my future and my retirement now. Like, you get to that point, but then you start having those thoughts about, well, what if I slip? What if I come up short? One of my favorite quotes from The Wire, Avon was talking, and he said, sometimes in life you forget that, sometimes in life you can never be short, never be late, never be a step too slow. Like, that's pressure, like, to live life like that. And a lot of times people don't understand when you come from certain backgrounds and you are overachieving and you are having success, a lot of times they don't understand that that's the mindset that you have. Like, I can't be late. I can't sleep in. I can't sleep in for no reason. I need a reason to sleep in because I don't know if today's gonna be the day that I allow myself to slip and stop having success, and I can't keep pushing forward. So I'm saying all this to say, like, sometimes when your guy friend reach out to you and we're like, this is what we're having issues with, respectfully, just shut the fuck up and listen to him. Like, don't be like, oh, you're bitching and moaning and, oh, stop complaining, Stop. The ability to, I think where we lose it a lot of times is we're so self-centered and everybody wants to be the main character so much that sometimes you don't understand that we could be the cog to stop somebody from self-harm. We could be that key cog that the person goes, damn, I felt listened to, I feel heard, I feel seen in this world. Because sometimes as a man, you feel like, even through the decisions you make, people don't understand that you could always make another decision. What do I mean? Let's say you're somebody and you do the right thing. You take care of your kids, you raise them right, you sacrifice for them. There's gonna be that person who's gonna yell, so what? So what? That's what you're supposed to do. But supposed to do and do are a lot of times totally separate things. Sometimes with those guys who are doing the right things, they're exhausted. They're tired. Love the kids. Love being here for them. But you get to the point where you're like, love what I'm doing for these kids, but I'm tired. And I'm tired on a different level. I'm tired emotionally because there is no outlet. I'm tired physically. Spiritually, I'm tired because, in that form, if you believe in, if you're a person who does organized religion, you feel like you're being used. So your rest doesn't come on Sunday because you're probably serving. Your rest doesn't come on Saturday because you're with your kids serving them. All those different things are happening and going forward. And because of that, you lose yourself sometimes. It's a thing that I also see with a lot of women, like mostly single mothers. And when I say single mothers, I mean there's no support. Like, because, you being, sometimes you got to understand the definition between being a single mom and being a mother who has a co-parent with them. I mean, mothers who are parenting by themselves is a difference. So that stress and that pressure is a little bit different. That stress and pressure is actually even different than a woman who is married, who has certain responsibilities that are being placed on her. We all have these different pressures, and I think that in the new landscape of things in this world, with the knowledge that we've all obtained because everybody's so super smart, I think we got to start taking the time to really listening to each other and hearing each other out and not looking to give an answer, but just making sure that people are heard. I love y'all. Y'all have yourselves a great day. God bless.